Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are taking a look at this pistol right here. It is the ASG CZ Shadow 2. So this is the pistol that I've been using in pretty much every game I've ran for the past couple of months. That includes some of the games at Fox, some of the footage you've seen. The last video I posted had footage of this pistol, and as well as pickup games, just kind of playing around with friends, and also just kind of training, range days, stuff like that. So I haven't been using this pistol forever. I've been using it for a couple months, and so I hope that kind of gives me a little bit of the authority to talk about my opinion of this. So first off, just a couple pointers. Full metal construction from grip to tip all the way. It's got a stainless steel recoil spring guide and adjustable magazine release. Over on this side, you can adjust that screw to adjust the magazine release. It has a frame mounted 20mm accessory rail right there, so you can put on lights, lasers. ASG makes a top rail accessory kind of adapter, so you attach it on there, and then it gives you a little bit of an extension, and then a top rail for any sort of sights if that's what you choose, and the 14mm counterclockwise or negative thread. It also comes stock with a thread protector, which I have at some point in time misplaced, but it does come with an orange thread protector as well as the threads being orange underneath. However, as you might be able to see, there is a little bit of wear as I attach suppressors, mock suppressors or tracers or anything of that sort. It does kind of tend to wear away at the paint there. So that is common for that. All right, so starting at the grip, it's a very comfortable grip in my opinion. Got a lot of texturing, so we've got kind of a grid style texturing there, and then this beautiful, in my opinion, this grip is absolutely gorgeous. It's very nice blue. It's got the CZ Shadow right there, and then it's got a big 2 right at the bottom. This screw, that Allen screw right there, is what you would use to take that plate off. It is interchangeable with the real steel counterparts if you have them, or you can, buy real steel grip plates and put them there. So that's a little bit of a nice feature. If you don't love the blue, you can replace them, or if it starts to get worn out, yada yada. The magazine slides in nicely. There's very minimal wiggle, which is nice, and it releases very easily with the push of the magazine release. However, I have noticed it does have some weight to it, so you're not going to accidentally bump it to release the magazine, which is really nice. I have lost many a magazine by just accidentally bumping it a little bit too hard, and then there it goes. Alright, so moving up from the grip, we have the safety and the slide release. The safety only engages when the hammer is primed, and you can slide the safety up. With the safety on, you cannot rack back the slide, and obviously you cannot pull the trigger. Just does what a safety does, ambidextrous for left or right shooters. No complaints here. It's a safety, clicks into place nicely, it does its job, and it does it well, which is important in my opinion. Next, we have just some inscriptions up here before we get into the breakdown. CZ Shadow 2 9x19, some trades, and then ASG caliber 6mm BB. All of that, it hasn't scratched off for me yet, and then that looks like it's just coated on it. There's nothing, like there's no engraving. And then on this side, the CZ Shadow 2 9x19 is all engraved. So yeah, that's all engraved on there. Looks really nice. Moving forward, we do have the rail, as I stated earlier, lasers, lights, anything like that, the mount, and then at the front, we have a red fiber optic front sight, which corresponds to the sideways adjustable sight in the rear. Clear sight picture. It is a pistol, very standard sight picture, but it does what it needs to do, and I enjoy that. So let's go to the takedown of this, because that is how you get to the hop up and how you will clean it and oil it up, as I will show you. So you're going to press that button right there. The safety has to be off for this. So press that in, and then you're going to, I recommend you prime the hammer back, make sure it's clear obviously, and then when you see those two line up, you're going to push it through the rest of the way, and then you can just pull that out, and then pull it back and slide it forward to release. So inside, full metal, you can see how the trigger assembly works, just like that. Very good internals, very beefy in there, everything feels sturdy. And I've used this several games, several times, you know, out in Colorado, it gets dusty at times, and it's still very clean in there. I've only had to apply some silicone oil once, and that was after several games of use. So no real problems there, in my opinion. It works very well. Aluminum spring guide, steel spring guide. So very sturdy, and there you can see, and there's the barrel, the way all of that lines up. Very nice, very sturdy, very strong parts. I've had absolutely no issues with this, and it just keeps on chugging along. I've put several thousand rounds through this pistol at this point, I believe, and I haven't had any issues, and the wear appears to be minimal, which is good. So now we have the hop up, which is right there. It's that screw. I've twisted one way to hop up and then one way to hop down. It's a very consistent hop up, so once you get it into place, the shots will be consistent, and it stays where you set it, which is nice because it is a bit of a hassle to adjust the hop up. However, like I said, once you get it adjusted, you'll have no problems. So to reattach all of this, you're just going to take the notches right there and line them up just like that. Once you have them lined up, pull them back. You don't want those two in line yet. You're then going to take the slide catch and put it in. And then once you get it most of the way in, that's when you're going to line those two up, push it all the way through, and then there you go. Slide is back on. Feels very smooth, and it's got a very satisfying clicking to it, which I really enjoy. And then obviously if we insert an empty magazine into it, it will latch back just like that. I guess I didn't pull it back far enough that time, but latches back. It's very satisfying to release the slide. I like the overall feel, very good construction, very solid. So now that we've gone over the gun itself, let's take a look at the magazine. This is a 26 round CO2 powered magazine, and so you're just going to take that off by lifting that and then sliding forward. You then take an Allen key, and the Allen key it comes with, you insert it into there, unscrew that, put the canister in, tighten it down, ring insert, that's locked into place, and you're good to go. Then to load BBs into this, you're simply going to take the follower, push it down, and then insert BBs with a speed loader, or by hand if you want, into that hole until it is full. And then you're all good to go. Insert it, rack the slide back, and you can start pewing. So, one thing I feel like I should notice about, or should notify you about on this, is the first game that I was playing with this, I actually dropped the magazine, and I don't believe this is a durability issue. It was completely my fault. I was being a dumbass. But I accidentally dropped the magazine, and the little plastic nub broke off, so the base plate came off, and also this part of the lip actually broke off. You could probably tell it looks kind of ugly, and like it's not quite as smooth or as finished as the other one. That's because I took the lip of a different pistol magazine that had been broken for a while and cut off a chunk of it and melted down the plastic to get it to fit back there, and melted it down, did a bunch of sanding and melting, and eventually got it back to how it was. I'm sure this was just my fault, but if it is a durability issue, if anyone else has this experience, which I doubt it, again, these are very sturdy. I've had no issues other than that one. But if anyone had any similar issues, let me know in the comment section down below, which will kind of help also show the other viewers if that's a problem or not. I'm pretty sure it's just because I'm a dumbass and I dropped it. But, maybe it's an issue. Maybe it's not. So, that's really all I've got for the actual information about this pistol. I'm now going to just talk about my personal opinion of it. So it feels really solid. I really enjoy how it feels in my hand. Safety is really easy to adjust, left or right-handed. Slide lock is it's very right. It's just right there. Super satisfying to hit. I think honestly the one gripe that I would have with this is honestly the sight picture. It's just pistol irons, so obviously, I don't have really that much of an issue with the sight picture. However, the adjustable rear sight, I did have a couple issues with it sliding before I tightened it down, and it would just kind of loosen itself, which was a bit of an issue until I got that all figured out. You do have to tighten it down to make sure it is definitely tightened down, because otherwise it can slide while you're holstering it or something like that, which is a bit of an issue, if you're aiming one way and then suddenly your aim is all the way off. It was a whole ordeal. So other than that, I really enjoy this pistol. It fits super comfortably in my hand. Like, this grip is just wonderful in my opinion. I love how it feels. These do get a little loose sometimes, but you just tighten them down with an Allen key and you're fine. But I just love how it feels in my hand. I feel like I have absolutely no problem aiming with it. It's comfortable. It's got a smooth trigger pull. It's just a pistol that I really enjoy using, and it fits my hand almost perfectly. I have used a few Glocks. I've used Beretta, and just of all of the different grips, I feel like this one fits in my hand the best. It just works. I enjoy it. I feel comfortable when I'm using it. And even in gloves, which is what I usually wear gloves when I'm on the field, unless I forget, in which case you only, a little bit of a side note, you only ever get shot in the knuckles when you forget your gloves. Like, that is the only time anyone will ever hit you in the hand. So anyway, off from that tangent, even in gloves, I feel like the grip is very nice. It's very, it's well-rounded. It fits in my hand. I don't feel like it's slipping when I have gloves on. I feel like I still have control and I can keep a good grip on it. So all of that is it's honestly exactly what I would want from a sidearm. And that's kind of all there is to this. So if you haven't noticed by now, this is my first review. Usually I am doing gameplays or, commentaries of gameplays. So this is my first review. If you did like it, a like and a subscribe would be greatly appreciated. Any constructive criticism I would appreciate in the comment section, because I know this was not a perfect video. I totally get that this is probably a little choppy, a little bit rambly, but I just figured that since we're all in lockdown still, this would be a good time for me to maybe try something new. So I put up a review for you guys of the sidearm. I will be looking at your comments and all your suggestions for the review that I'm coming out with on Tuesday, and that will be of the primary I've been running, the UMP 45 by Elite Force, and it is their Elite version Gen 2. So just let me know what you think before that video, and I will try to take your suggestions, your comments to heart, and fix whatever I can. Obviously, this is my first video of this style. It's going to be a little rough, but, if you made it this far, congratulations. I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate you watching, and as always, I will see you in the next one.